I wasn't there.
You were there.
I wasn't.
You were there. You were.
I was not. I was not there for that discussion.
You were there on the next call. This call conversation happened when JT popped on. And that's how I know. I'll run the tape, my boy.
I don't remember. Bro.
You was on there. Let me tell you why. Because even when JT brought up Bron, I still didn't say his name. That's how hard I was sticking to the bet.
Oh man, I don't remember, man.
You know what? I'm gonna just go back to the episode and I'm gonna just send it to you. And you can watch the 45 minutes yourself.
Cool.
And then you'll be like, all right, let me make sure he didn't say it.
And if that's the case, bro, you'll get your jersey, man.
All right. I'm
emotional, damn it.
I'm just saying. You know, we gotta make sure we out here in these streets, man. Look what's going on, man. It's the 494. Back in effect. I'm feeling really good. It's episode 36. We got a lot to talk about. We got AD being shopped, LeBron's extension. KD is giving out ultimatums now. I'm trying to understand what's really going on in the streets.
Wait, hold up. Before you, bro, that KD text that which one of y'all sent out had me rolling.
The Twitter?
Oh my god, the Twitter. Oh, bro, I was laughing from my
Let's just read it. Let's read it for the folks at home. Because we do this. We send out stories and emails all throughout the day, throughout the week, whatever. So the tweet says KD, aka Mr. Soft Serve, making big demands for a guy who's won one series in Brooklyn. I'm just saying, you ain't really you. But look, I think at the end of the day, this comes to Wildress. This
hurts, man.
Court, bro.
It hurts, bro. I can't defend it.
You was big.
Hold on. But the whole thing that Rick Bucher said about Ben Simmons kind of solidifies the reason he want to leave.
I wouldn't say solidifies. However,
see that's the one I was like,
it is crazy though. It is crazy.
That's 143 million, and you leave in group chats.
Okay, so let's make sure for the people at home,
people
at home that don't know, Bucher got on. I think he was on. What show was he on?
I don't know what show he was on. I feel like it was.
I think it was Colin. It was Cowherd, right?
Yeah.
He was on Cowherd, and he came out. He basically was like, they're trying to figure out if they're going to play. It was a game 4 or game 5 against Boston. Well, it had to be game 4 because they got swept.
No, game 5.
No, they got swept, so it was game 4.
Oh no, game 4. So
So game 4. And before game 4, they thought he was going to play. Right? Hey, is Ben going to play? They have a team group chat, and the question is being asked, "Hey, Ben, are you going to play?" And my man was like,
"That's nasty work, man.
I'm gonna go ahead and get out this group message." Just dipped out on him. You know what I mean? So now remind you, this is he got slapped, man. So this is my thing, but this is probably months ago at this point, right? Yeah. So you're trying to figure out what's wild, right? Okay, Kyrie wants to dip. He came out, didn't know what really happening. Ben Simmons did the little group chat thing months ago. The questions for me right now is, what is KD doing right now? If you can get that team together, that's a solid squad.
It's not a solid squad. You're not winning nothing. You're not winning nothing.
Why not,
bro? Though? You are paying a player $143 million to not show up. He hitting the sponge out. I'm gonna head out, John. Every time something happens, I tried to tell y'all this when he was in Philly. I was like, "Oh, you being a bully, yo." Ben is.
But he was nice until the Doc Rivers get under the bus thing.
Bruh.
He was solid.
He was always that way. We've been telling y'all this for years.
18-7-7.
We've been telling y'all this for years.
But he was there.
Nah, fam, he wasn't there.
I'm just
saying. Then you saw what he did to get out of Philly.
18-7-7. That's a solid player, bro.
Kyrie is like, remember Power Rangers when the Green Ranger used to show up like every 5 episodes? That's Kyrie.
Bro, what? That's Kyrie Irving. Bro. Thank you.
Kyrie shows up every 5 episodes.
Somebody said it.
Does the fluke
Someone said it, not me.
Then he disappears. Who Kyrie playing with? I mean, who he playing with?
Before Cleveland, though, before LeBron.
Stop. Look.
Look, LeBron already? Hey, look. Yo,
I'm just saying, guys, he left LeBron and my man's went crazy. I'm just saying.
Miles, just tell him this is the 494.
Do we even run the intro?
Just tell him. I know. Just tell him this is 494 so we can go to the intro.
Hey, man, let's get to it, man. Look, you're going to get more just like this and more conversation. We're going to have KD, Brian, Kyrie, Ben Simmons not playing, all of the above, man. Look, it's a 494. Let's get it.
I'm about to lead a group text.
Yo, even though that happens in game one against my Lakers, AI has one of the purest jumpers. Just not even three guy, not even pulling from the corner, just pure jumpers. I think it was nasty, and his elevation was crazy. He held that. He held that.
Jump man. Them boys.
Now back to this conversation, man. Tell me why. What's up? I don't know what happened to Kyrie. Can you tell me? After he left Cleveland, we saw the Boston, we saw Brooklyn. Like who is this? I'm gonna find myself. I don't got Bron no more. So I'm gonna do me. Like
he is with the Dennis Green, and he was who we thought he was. That's what it is. I mean, don't get me wrong. Kyrie is a tremendous player. I understand. Maybe he probably had an awakening.
Best handles in the NBA. I say
true.
I say ever. Will won't agree with me, but I'll say ever.
What, best handles ever?
I wouldn't say ever because I still got AI, and then I love Skip to Malou. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta put them in there.
You can keep saying names. I'm just you know what I mean? Top 5, top 10. I'm cool with that. But
he's top 5. He's top 5, but there can be an argument made, but nobody's more innovative than him. But he took a lot of his dribble game from like Rod Strickland and like New York City point guard. So
I hear you. He's like a Dragon Ball and took it to another level too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, I can argue. I can arguably give you that. Like you know, the handles.
I just feel like it don't matter who's in front of him. He gonna figure out a way to get it off.
Nah, you know what I mean? He done been locked down a couple times. Kyrie done been locked down a couple times,
but he didn't got off. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking about like total lockdown. That's what you talking about? Are we talking like I held him to 12 points? Like what are we saying,
bro? If you a superstar, I know who you to 12 points. That's lockdown.
That's I agree.
We ain't talking Andre Iguodala.
Now I gotta find the game.
We ain't talking Andre Iguodala in the finals. We talking about real lockdown. No, this is the Iggy.
Well, I mean, to Iggy's credit, he was moving and he was guarding, he was guarding LeBron, and he was doing everything he can to make sure that LeBron didn't do anything.
You know, he averaged.
To his credit,
9, right?
Here we go. We open up the box, Connie.
I'm just saying. 32, 10, and 9. That's like, bro. I don't know how is that lockdown?
But they lost, big dog. So,
I mean, I hear you. I'm just saying, 32, 10, and 9.
But they lost.
Can I ask a question?
But
what's your question?
I want to ask a question real quick. Is Kyrie Irving's whole situation more of a mystery than that other Kyrie Walker guy that I told y'all about earlier? Like, who's more of a mystery? Kyrie Irving's whatever, or this Kyrie?
That was a smooth segue though, but I don't agree. It's
when you sent that in the chat today, I was like, who?
That's how much of a mystery it is.
Why are we doing this right now? Solid high school career was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? G League,
high school.
I mean, he averaged what, like 9 points, 15 minutes a game. Like it was solid.
Yo, the shade there is crazy.
There's no shade.
Solid.
The shade is crazy.
Here's the thing.
JT was popping, my boy.
What up, bro?
I mean, I don't think people don't understand how hard it really is to get to the end freaking BA. The greatest.
It's not that, yo, but he gassed
into the G League. You know what I mean?
But he gassed himself up and he talked himself out of various positions every time he got into the position. That's the issue.
Sometimes you just gotta be quiet, man. You know who's the perfect example? Your favorite player, Zion Williamson. It was perfect.
Oh, God.
He just did what he was supposed to do and thrived at every level until he got here.
Yo,
I'd rather
doing this today
in the NBA.
We just on violence this show? Is that what this is? Because we done got completely off topic. Like this is.
I'm just saying. Look, I would rather go ghost in the NBA than outside of it.
Back to Kyrie Irving.
Got you.
Kyrie,
let's do that.
Kyrie, when he's on, is undeniably a top 10 player in the NBA. However, in this awakening, which I can appreciate, because Kyrie has found a higher purpose in his life. But the thing is, fam, if you're not gonna play basketball on a consistent basis,
that's what you pay
I
for.
think it's a higher purpose. Like you
Yeah.
can't dismiss all he's done. Kyrie has
Big fact.
has a lot of philanthropy out there that he doesn't even speak about, that ends up being spoken about afterwards. Like they literally shunned him for the fact that he didn't show up to the Drew game because he went to the Mamba Academy to teach cats how to play basketball. Like some of these things that he gets beat up about is kind of ridiculous. The one thing that I will agree on is like, fam, if you're gonna play, you gotta play. Like you had KD come to the squad with you, and then like you started like
you're trying
up
to what you're merging two things. So you're merging philanthropy and being in this higher calling of whatever mind of spirituality. No, man, it's different. Philanthropy is different. Like, yeah, I get this philanthropy. I get that he wants to go out and help out people. I get that. But the whole entire like, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? The earth is flat. There's monkeys in the sky.
Hey, watch out, bro. Calm down, bro.
Man,
calm down.
I'm not saying that, yo. If I ain't hear about it.
I seen Kermit twerking on the Empire State Building.
So check it out. You gotta. These are the questions we're supposed to ask. Is this enough for KD to give? Because what it seems like is it's not Kyrie, it's not Ben. It's now I want Sean and Steve out of here. How did we get to the GM and the coach of the team? How do we do that?
If we keeping it a buck, the reason we got to the GM and the coach is because look at what you got set up right now.
I get it.
I'll
give you that.
Look at what you for the GM.
How did Nash get in it?
Because if we're being honest, Steve Nash, we've talked about this on a couple of different episodes. Steve Nash is not the coach that should be there. It should have been like Mark Jackson. Give me Kenny Smith. Give me somebody that they can literally come in and respect.
Yeah.
Like, come on, yo. From what they're saying, is they were running practices. They were running practices after Steve Nash's practices.
Oh, I am.
What?
That story came out? That's crazy.
Bruh, let me tell you something. If I'm a coach and you running practice after I run practice, I'm slapping you. Like, you gotta fight me. You gotta run me to fade, dog. And one of us gotta go.
Bro. Let's fight, bro. Real talk.
He's not, bro. He's not the coach. Like, he's not it. And they even mentioned it when he got the job, because there was a whole thing about how did Steve Nash, as an unproven coach, get another job? And there's all these great black coaches out there. It's just not the Brooklyn Nets have been a mess since the beginning, but because they had two superstars on that team, we ignored it all until the problems came about.
Right, we did.
But I think even that team was solid before KD and Kyrie got there. They were on the rise.
Oh, they were solid, but they weren't winning nothing.
Yeah, but they were. But what happens is sometimes, and I can honestly speak to the Lakers doing this as well, because they don't build through the draft, right? Like we do free agency and trades.
Don't get me started.
That's the Laker roster, right? So, but when you look at who they had there, I mean, when their best player was D'Angelo Russell, and those pieces that were moving together, they chose stardom, right? You went KD, you went Kyrie, you make your trades, this and that. So you're trying to figure it out. But I mean, the recipe isn't always let me add some superstars and let's figure it out.
It's not, because they had a great core. You had Jared Allen, you had Karis LeVert. Jared Allen then went to Cleveland and is an anchor on a team that wasn't even supposed to be competing.
Who's my other cat playing for Dallas right now? Broke his leg, I think it was. Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yeah.
Had Dinwiddie, had LeVert, had D'Angelo, and you traded the young talent away, right? To go and chase the superstars. Because you had the money. And I mean, am I wrong? I'm not. Nobody's gonna say no to KD and Kyrie saying, let me join the team. I bet let's run it. But they failed to put this thing together. I mean, I don't know. You get James Harden as well, and he wants to dip. So I'm like, what's really going on here? So maybe the ultimatum is more than we believe it to be. It has to be when a superstar with 4 years on his contract says, them or me.
You bought in DeAndre Jordan. He played half the season and he was on the bench. Like,
I mean, little things, bro.
Brooklyn has been a mess since the beginning. Unfortunately, KD went into it and he got to make his bed, but I can see why he wants to leave.
Brooklyn was on the up and up. They were coming up. All of a sudden, they literally was on the up and up, and all of a sudden, I think they got too greedy too fast. To me, They got too greedy too fast. You know what I mean? And I think what they should have did was evaluate players that they wanted to come into to his organization, because like the organization at the time, man, you could have built off D'Lo in them, man.
Everybody want to be Pat Riley, and they can be. Pat Riley's a master of tearing down a team and creating a team in 10 minutes. Pat Riley is a 2K GM if I've never seen one. He knows how to make it work.
That's a big fact. Speaking of 2K GMs, that Will just would love this segue because this is what they call him in Lakerland and his whole career. LeBron and extending with the Lakers. Talk about a dumpster fire.
China now.
We'll move from fire to fire. You know what I mean? What we started this conversation on MTMV Live Saturday. We're trying to finish it up here tonight on the Full 94. I mean, what do the Lakers do from here? Where do they go? We signed Bron for 2 years and hope that he stays. And every team he goes to, when he leaves, he doesn't leave them an option.
You know what? I'm proud of you for saying that. I'm proud of you for calling that out.
Oh, for sure. I mean, when he pulls up, he's like, "I'm the greatest. Appreciate it. Let me take you to the promised land." But when I dip, y'all gonna have to figure it out.
But if I'm him, I don't sign that extension.
Tell me why.
He said your hairline look like LeBron.
Let's get a haircut. This guy.
Because there's too many.
Get on the show. How about that?
There's too many questions.
He has hair, bro.
Come through.
There's too many questions. Like, Big Dog, you're 37. You'll be 38 years old this year.
Luxurious.
You giving 30. You giving 30. What? 38 and 6.
Yeah.
Like, why would I resign when you can't even guarantee me that you can put a viable team on the court? Granted, I get some of the blame for it because I gotta okay a lot of these things.
Oh man, you put me in the Russell situation. Go ahead on that one, bro.
But the thing about it is, if I'm the Lakers, and I mean I hate to say this because it's unpopular, I'm trading AD. If you want Bron to sign, and you want to try to win again, I'm trading AD.
Like how long have I been saying this?
I've been saying this. Funny. I saw something on Twitter and I started to share it, and it was showing like AD on 2K23, and he like runs into somebody and then he's hurt and he's out for the year. And I was like,
that was rude. I saw that.
Right.
I saw that tape, but it was crazy. I was like,
they gave up too much to get AD to not be consistent. You were absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
The Lakers don't build in the draft, but that's ultimately their Achilles heel when that happens.
Oh, for sure. When it goes out, we can't do nothing about it. And all Jeannie wants to hold on to now is the 27 and 29 picks. I'm like, that's not our makeup.
But can you blame Jeannie though? Because she gave Pelinka and Bron the keys.
Yeah, facts.
And they destroyed the car. Like, that's really what it is. First of all, you gotta get Pelinka out of there. I don't care what you say. Get Pelinka out of there. That time's passed. You gotta get another GM in there. I like Darvin Ham as a coach because he's got that pedigree, especially coming from the Bucks. He knows how to win. But you're not putting a viable team on the court each and every night. Y'all done held on to THT so long that he spoiled milk now. Don't nobody want him.
Really?
Like,
really?
It's not the trash.
They call him spoiled milk.
Well, it's not trash him, but nobody.
If we trade him at the beginning of the season, we're good.
If he went from being a hot commodity to it just is what it is now. It just is what it is now. Y'all had a chance to get Buddy Hield. Now to get Buddy Hield, y'all got to trade 3 first-round picks, part of the Staples Center. You know what I'm saying? Issa Rae gotta go to the team that you trade him to. Like, y'all doing too much.
That man said Issa Rae, bro. Come on, get out of here, son.
Bro, the Lakers put themselves in a hole.
But yes, trading AD.
Yeah,
apparently he's not off the table. And other execs are saying, why don't you just shop him? Just shop AD, see what happens. See what he looks like. But then he's like, hey, well, this summer he put muscle on it.
They standing because they're gonna lowball him trades.
Oh, you already know it, bro. But I'm like, I don't know. I think we have to see what AD comes to the season with before we make a trade, because right now you're talking about a person who played 30-something games last season. He can't miss 50 games and then we try to trade him.
Perfect scenario though.
Make him hot.
Perfect scenario though. Where do you send him and who do you get back?
I mean, right now people are saying just trade him straight up for KD. You probably throw some picks in there. Get AD. I said this earlier a few weeks ago. If we just traded AD and Russell for Kyrie, KD, THT, and some picks. I give him AD, give him Russ, give him THT, 27 to 29.
That ain't enough.
Wait, hold on. That's like trading me for Sean Tanner on doggone track stars. Like, yo, we're gonna get Sean Tanner on 494 and then give him
that's a horrible comparison.
I don't know what the heck I'm talking about.
I'm giving you two stars, right? AD Russ is damaged goods right now, but he's still an all-star. He's still a former MVP. I give you THT and 2 first-round picks. What you want? That's fine. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players, 2 potential, but those are first-round picks, 2 unprotected. That's what you want, right? You want a haul, you want some stars, and you want some picks. You got all that in that trade. You want me to throw Austin Reeves in there? Go ahead.
Austin Reeves.
I'd love to keep him, but I mean, if it gets me KD and Kyrie, then let's make moves. Let's do it.
How do we stay? My question, and I need to ask this question: how do we stay talking about the Lake Show, bro?
We don't.
We stay talking about the Lake Show, man.
The Lakers and the Nets are the biggest messes in the NBA. Honestly,
well, we got so much mess around, man. And
here's a potential trade for you that's crazy.
What's that?
Send for Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr. Send your 2 first-round picks with AD to Denver.
AD for Michael Porter Jr.
AD
27 and 29.
2 first round. AD the 2 first-round picks, 1 more player, Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. Would they do it? Because everybody say AD is amazing, and you get.
I'd give up AD, Russ, first 2 round picks and THT for that package. Y'all be safe.
You giving up the farm.
God bless. I'll give you KD, Russ, THT, and 2 picks for Porter and Jamal. I don't think that's a bad trade, right? I don't think
Denver ain't doing it though.
I mean, I know they're not going to do it, but that's not a bad trade in my eyes. AD needs to be traded, right? But at the same time, we can't trade a guy who missed 50 games. You know what I mean? So I feel like you got to let him play into the season. Maybe play till Christmas. Play to the trade deadline. Get his stock up.
Play into the season. He gonna get his stock up to the point to where he's almost untradeable again because you can't get enough value for him. It's like riding a roller coaster with AD.
It's a slippery slope, bro. So, and I don't know where we stand right now when you're trying to get Bron to sign a 2-year extension, knowing that his plan is to play with his son. His son graduates next summer. He's probably going to do. I say he does 2 years at a college. That's just me. I don't. Okay. Why would? I don't think right now there's reason to believe that he would go to a Duke, North Carolina, Kentucky, and play 1 year like a Zion.
So there's 2 things. There's 2 things about that idea, right? About Bron. Number 1, you're putting a target on that kid's back. 2 years of everybody going at him like it's White Men Can't Jump Part 2, and they treating him like Billy Ho. Like that's 2 years of, and he ain't gonna show up the way you want him to do the first year because of that, because the lights are on him. Second, you're compromising the draft almost in a Patrick Ewing to the Knicks manner, because now anybody can take Bronny at number 1 just because they want LeBron for a year. Like that's not.
I like that one. That was spicy.
I get Bron doing what he wants to do as a father. I commend him for it. It's a great thing, but there's too many moving pieces that causes an issue there for me to be like, yo, that's a great idea. Because then when he gets to the NBA and Bronny has all this pressure on him, it's Lonzo Ball all over again, except this time you got your dad on the court with you.
That's scary.
And no, with all due respect,
I think what we need to do is we need to go ahead and do the Bryce effect. Let's go ahead and prepare Bryce way.
I like Bronny, but I think Bryce is probably going to be better. Bryce hasn't had to deal with all the attention that Bronny has, which Bronny has played great and he's gotten better. Bronny is 6'6", And from what they're saying from the highlights, he's already on par with Bronny already, and he's like 2 years behind.
Yeah.
And he's training with his dad. Boy is 6'6", which means by the time he probably gets to college or gets drafted, he's 6'10", and he has a jump shot.
It's
and he can run the floor.
It's possible.
Do you think Bronny's done growing and developing? What do you think?
No, I think it's no diss to Bronny, but I just think it's like Lonzo and LaMelo. Like Lonzo was a great player. He is a great player, but LaMelo was just
that's a
different beast.
He was just better. Yeah, he
that
was
boy,
just better.
That boy. Well, because you gotta understand who he played with. He played with He's been playing with grown man ball his whole life, and then like, because I was watching Ball Facts, and Ball Facts was like, yo, man, LaMelo has been playing just to play. As soon as he got to the NBA, he playing because he's having fun. Now the game's fun to him because he got a different challenge every week. You know what I mean? And I think that's what's going to happen that's either going to happen to Bronny or Bryce. I think Bronny is just playing because hey man, my dad told me he would like for me to play. I'm doing what my dad's doing. I got to the athletic genes, blah blah blah, whatever. But I think once he gets to, let's say he goes to the Duke, or in my case, I think he's gonna go to USC. I don't think he's gonna go nowhere. I don't think he leaves LA. I think he goes to USC. Let's say he go to USC. He goes to USC for 2 years. Year one, he'll play minutes or whatever. But year two, he goes crazy. He takes off. He makes crazy noise in year two. Well, then and by then he goes to the draft, and he still winds up being a bench player.
It can happen.
Bryce, he wound up being a true one and done. Now Bryce and Bronny are on the same team. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Think about it like that. It's going to be a Bryce and Bronny effect. It's not because I don't think we're ever going to see Bronny and LeBron on the same team. I don't think so. Playing at the same time, so? I don't see it
at all.
I don't see it.
I do think if Bronny goes to Kentucky, Bronny's a top 15 player no matter what. Because he's already 40. Kentucky? Yeah, if he's already 40 right now. If he goes away, he goes play in Kentucky under Calipari, and he does I think Bronny will do a tremendous job. I think he still goes top 15, but I still think the whole Bron wanting to play with his son thing, I still think no matter what, it compromises the draft.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I don't know how it doesn't.
Right.
If they're like, well, if we draft Bronny, Bron's coming. Maybe
right.
Even just an old head vet, I'll still give you 25, 7 and 7
for one season.
6 and, you know what I mean? I just if all I got to do is create some cap space so you can come, you know what I mean? Like that's different. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, you're really trying to figure out how that plays out. How are you going to do it? Where does Bronny going to go? Is he going to be top 10 because his daddy's coming with him like that? But I also think that's a detriment to Bronny. That's a detriment to say, okay, I'm going to get picked number 9 overall, but I was slated to go in the second round. But because my father is coming with me, you know what I mean? That's kind of like a hard shot. It's like pulling up to the basketball court and being like, hey, Dad, they wouldn't pick me.
Yeah, and I want to make it clear we're not knocking Bronny. Bronny's a great player, but it's just the situation is not something you can avoid. It's something. It's always going to be the elephant in the room, no matter what happens at this point.
So. And that's the hard part, right? That's the hard part. But with what I think Bronny will figure it out. Brown will figure it out, and preferably the Lakers figure it out because I don't know how we're gonna come out of this. But I think if you trade AD now and get some pieces, we can build for the future for after Bron. You know what I mean? Like you got to start that right now. You have to.
I think you can trade AD, and that's the way you package Russ.
I'm not mad at that.
If you trade AD and package Russ and 1 first-round pick, teams will throw the kitchen sink at you just to get AD in that first-round pick, and they'll eat Russell's last year of his contract.
That's a big fact. I'm not mad at it. At the same time, I just feel like I think Russ has to be gone. right? Russ has to be gone, and whatever that looks like, he'll figure it out. I hate that he had to go through what he went through when he came to the Lakers because he's always been this player, but it's been overshadowed because people weren't watching that. But I think anytime that you have to play with somebody like LeBron James, that third guy always takes the hit, right? Chris
I just said that. Y'all laughed at me for saying that.
No, never, bro. Never.
Connie, did I not say that? And him and C was like, "Nah, that's not the case." I've been saying that.
I am going to allow this. Yes.
Thank you.
Did say that. Yes.
Russ was the odd guy out because he had to figure out how to fit and gel with that team, and he don't know that role. He don't know that role whatsoever. That's why I said if you're gonna keep him, bring him off the bench, let him be the sixth man. He can run and do whatever he wants to with that B unit, right? And then start killing the B unit for the NBA. You can still be that
big unit.
Y'all couldn't figure it out.
Say it again.
He got to be the sixth man because y'all couldn't figure it out.
No, because he can't figure it out.
That's different. Because y'all couldn't figure it out.
No.
Ball gave y'all 18, 7, and 7. He was who he was.
No. I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. But that 18 and 7 wasn't beneficial and conducive to winning. That's the problem. Yeah, exactly. You feel that. Y'all
should have thought about that when y'all was egging on them Expendables last year, bro. But y'all trying to hear.
That was all Brian. That was all Brian. We had Buddy Hield. He's like, "Nah, I want Russ."
Brian was out here looking like Sylvester Stallone in the Expendables, and y'all was like, "Oh, but he's still giving you 38 and 6," but then go to the playoffs.
No, we weren't trying to win, bro. Wasn't trying to win whatsoever, man. I think at the end of the day, you got to figure it out and see what's going on. Now, I want to talk about this quickly. Two topics we got to hit. Sue Bird obviously playing her last regular season game, right, and going into for the Seattle Storm. 21 years, absolute great. You know what? I even had to pull this up and make sure I wrote this down and make sure I got them all right to figure this thing out. 13-time All-Star, 21-year career, 4 championships, 5 5-time gold medalists, 2 NCAA championships, and 4 Weber World Cups in the 21 years she spent in Seattle. Like, that's solid, right? We talked about DT the other day, last week, and trying to figure that out. Like, being one of the GOATs is Sue is up there, correct? You tell me if I'm wrong. You know what I mean?
One of the point guards of all time, NBA, WNBA don't matter.
Of
all time.
No question. No question.
Yep.
What is he talking about? That's it. You got those accolades, bro.
The accolades are.
I think I hit him with it too quick.
Best top. She's been voted top 25 and as well as top 10. I think recently, just in 2016. So
all time though.
All time.
In women's basketball, right?
In basketball,
she's definitely number
history,
one.
In basketball history, Sue Bird is one of the greatest point guards of all time. All
yes,
time,
sir.
big dog. If I got her, if I say that she's arguably the GOAT in the WNBA, and I don't put her all time all together, that's disrespecting all the women who she's played against and came before her.
I give you that.
Ever. You be wanting spicy talk. Now you look like you can't handle the seasoning, man. Put the bowl down.
I handle spicy. Y'all want me to do this?
All time.
Y'all want me to do this?
Do what?
Do what you gotta do, man. Do what you gotta do.
Look, man. Because Sue Bird, right? We're talking Sue Bird, right?
Don't act like you don't know her name. Put respect on Sue Bird. Put some respect on Sue Bird's name now.
Because we tried talking about Rolo Taurasi girl. Talk about
Diana Taurasi, bro. Don't do
Diana Taurasi. There you go.
Don't do that.
Talk about Diana Taurasi.
You're so lucky. See,
that you talking crazy
right now.
You know what I'm saying, and I was just thinking to myself, man, she had a whole tour, like going away tour and all that, and people like
that, yeah,
oh, man,
because Coop didn't play defense, and would tell you she didn't play defense.
Facts. Well, keep going,
man. I I know who Sue Bird is. That's I you know what? I know who she is. So yes, I'm gonna give her flowers.
Let me say this.
To put her as one of the greatest point guards, and she's the greatest woman point guard ever. Just like Serena Williams, the greatest female tennis player ever. Not one of the.
He's trying to put you see it. Hey, let me take the specification out of there. Let me get in there.
She belongs in the Hall of Fame. No, she belongs in the Basketball Hall of Fame because Basketball Hall of Fame is everybody. She belongs there. That's where she's going.
You're not gonna throw shade at Sue Bird while you're trying to say she belongs in. Don't do that.
But she's going.
Because everybody's in there. Watch out. Don't do that. Don't try to
the fact of the matter is you got a Knicks background and you had Scotty Barnes in your top 10 players list. So you already know
Scotty Barnes can also go to the WNBA today and just
every comment you put out there is a Barry Bonds home run. It's an asterisk.
I'm a non-binary female trans athlete.
What are you?
I'm gonna go play basketball with the women.
What are we?
He's gonna score 100 points a game.
Next subject. Shout out and salute to Sue Bird. 21 years of a great career. Absolutely one of the best to ever pick up a basketball ever. Women,
can I just say,
and men, period.
Shout out to Asia Bay for coming in and destroying Sue's last game. Asia, if you watching, I'm ready to play you for your art. Okay.
Emotional damage.
Let's do what we need to do. You can dunk on me like Quincy dunked on
I'll play over your heart.
I appreciate the toxic relationship, so whatever. Let's move on. I'm trying to be a basketball husband.
I think it is what it is, man. What can you really do about it? Right?
I got dreams. Me and Sheldon Williams going to start the basketball husbands on me.
I'm not messing with you right now.
We just had this conversation about VH1, and you gonna tell me you gonna start a doggone show?
I'm trying to make a dollar, man. MT Sports on VH1. This is what we doing. I'm trying to play her for her heart. My skin is luxurious. Asia, call me. Let's do this.
Tell me. Shut up. Tell me this, bro.
You know what's funny? Make it? She wound up hearing this, and you wound up getting the call, and she gonna be like, you know what? I'll play you. But here's the thing: every basket I make is every year that me and you gonna be together, bro.
It's too.
You gotta dream big if you're gonna do it.
I'm with it.
You know what I mean?
Ridiculous, bro. Are they playing for a chip though? Tell me.
Seattle.
Her last season, yeah, they're playing for a chip. They're second in the West.
Oh,
right behind my Las Vegas Aces.
I gotta say yes because of the fact that they got an MVP candidate on the team. Like,
I give you that.
Stewart is balling. She had 35. She had 35 in the game. I think if she makes them, she makes it better. So of course they're gonna do it. Will they win? No, they're not gonna win though.
I mean, you got the Sky, you got Connecticut, you got Washington, like you got Las Vegas, Seattle. I think there's really like 4 or 5 teams that are right there on the cusp of have the chance to do it. Now, C was here. Shout out to C, and what she got going on. Sports Talk with C. Always a first team member.
Emotional damage.
You know what I mean? But it's okay. No worries.
I hit the wrong one.
Okay. Happen. Shout out to C, man. I think she's under the impression that it's going to be Chicago. They're going to run it back. And, I mean, right now, it's hard to argue with her for what they got going on. But, I'm still got to rock with the Aces, man. It is what it is.
Kelsey Plum is playing out of her mind right now. I just don't. I don't see the Aces losing this one.
It's hard, man, but you gotta play the game, right? You gotta play it.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Now tell me, one trade right before we get out of here, one trade you want to see happen in the NBA that has not happened here in the offseason before the season starts. I'll come with you as well, Connie. and Wildress as well. Let's figure this thing out, man. Tell me one trade you want to see before we call it.
Connor, you got?
I want to go DeRozan to LA.
DeRozan to LA.
Why would they do that? Why would the Bulls do that? They give AD.
I'm trying to figure out.
AD will do it for. I think he'll do it for Chicago because he's not going to do it for LA.
I mean, AD going back home might not be a bad look.
Right, take him back to the crib, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'll take DeMar. Yeah, I'll take DeMar. Throw Lonzo in there.
You want Lonzo to come back home?
No.
AD for DeMar
come back to the crib. What
is that? Straight up trade? I don't think that is.
If I'm not the Bulls, I'm not doing that.
Throw Lonzo in there. Why not?
Absolutely not. You always want too much for the league. Get out of here.
DeMar for AD straight up is a trade you would do?
Let's get when if I'm the Bulls, I'm not trading for AD, period, unless you sending me multiple picks back and you sending me
multiple picks.
I need ownership of Fatburger. I need the rights to all the Friday movies and everything else. AD can't stay healthy.
Look,
I want to see Donovan. I want to see Donovan in New York. I want to see Donovan in New York.
Do we really want to see that though?
I do, because I would like to see Donovan paired up with R.J. Barrett and Jalen Brunson. You can trade Julius Randle because you want to get Julius Randle out of there, and you build a brand new nice little squad around them. But you gotta get rid of Thibodeau. Bring in Mark Jackson. You got Jalen Brunson. You got R.J. Barrett, and you got Donovan Mitchell. And you got Mitchell at center, and you can fill that spot at power forward, and you got a nice starting five to get the Knicks excited about that team again consistently. RJ Barrett is a star in the making. There's no reason why I should be in second fiddle right now to Julius Randle. Julius Randle halftime don't even like New York.
We don't like him either.
We don't like him.
You act like we fool with this guy.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
We cool with Julius Randle. We're not cool with him.
We're not cool with him. Why
the only other trade I would love to see is to see Mikal Bridges come back home to Philly because he should have never left. That's the only trade I got.
I want Damian to get traded somewhere, man. Maybe I'm being selfish. I don't know. I want to get him out of Portland, bro. I feel
Damian don't want a chip. Damian don't want a chip. So just let him be.
I don't know, man. But I will say this: this has been talked about and floated around since the trade deadline in the season. I think you get Pascal. It's the Atlanta Hawks. I think you trade John Collins, picking another player, and get Pascal from Toronto, and put those three together. See what DeJounte, Trey, and Pascal can do. I think it's very viable. I think it can happen, and I think that'd be a solid squad moving forward in the Eastern Conference that could rival the likes of a Boston or a Milwaukee. Do they win? I don't know, but they could be. They're
not rivaling them teams.
Top five, easy.
They 6, bro.
Come on.
Sometimes Pascal Siakam is not even the best player on his team. Stop.
Well, that's what he needs to do. Get a solid over here, and they can be good.
Trae Young. As much as I like Trae Young is always going to be a liability on defense. He's a volume shooter.
He's never not going to be. It's not going to happen. 2 years ago.
Come on,
they play in Milwaukee. I mean, let's be real. He did it.
You don't.
Connie will tell you he watched the Knicks games.
Miles, you don't have to do this.
You trade away John and another piece and a pick. Get Pascal and see what them big three could do.
Why would you trade away John when you got a whole? You basically got the old Seattle Supersonics if you keep John Collins. That's exciting basketball. For Pascal Siakam? Pascal Siakam?
I like it, man. I'm sorry. I like it. I think he does more. John's been inconsistent since he's been a Hawk.
Right.
I mean, if we honest.
I mean, maybe if you got somebody who can throw him the ball consistently, that can play off of him, maybe it works, but I don't see it, dog.
You know what I mean?
Not winning the championship.
You still got Clint down there, so Pascal's not gonna get all the attention. You still got Trey, you still got DeJounte. It opens up Pascal's game. When was Pascal his best? When Kawhi was on the floor. When all the attention was not on him.
You excited about Clint Capella?
Huh?
You excited about Clint Capella?
Man, watch out, bro. Man, look, y'all want more like this? This is the 494 talk every Monday, 8:30. We're gonna pop in. We live in various places. Look, I am Miles Austin. That's Boy Westside. We'll just roughing. How we get in contact with you, man? Drop your socials. What's good?
Mr. Teddy Farrow on Twitter. I'm with the Spicy Talk. Don't come disrespectful because I want to smoke. And I'm William Teddy Farrow on Instagram. I'm also William Teddy Farrow on Fanbase. Yeah. Don't follow me on Facebook because Facebook, I'm completely disrespectful and I don't have time for that.
And tell Jay Steve stop cussing in our comments, man. Get that out of here. Hey, that boy, how they get in contact with you, man?
Well, man, you know what I'm saying? As of lately, man, I've been discovering how to use the Telegraph. And so if you know how to, do Morse code, hit your boy up. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 boom. Pause. Boom, 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 boom. Pause. I'm here. Because you know what? I'm a lifeline.
Hey, yo, before we leave out, I want to give a quick shout out to my homeboy, Julius Hudson. Me and Julius talk basketball all the time. Julius recently said something dope, and I know he watching. Julius recently said something dope so disrespectful that we have to have him on the show. He basically said Alonzo Mourning was trash, and he didn't. And Anthony Mason wasn't a good player at any time in his career, because he was trying to heighten the conversation. He's a Bron sexual like you are, Miles. You would get along with Julius.
Bro, don't ever call me Bron sexual.
You're Bron sexual, bro.
Don't ever call me that again.
He was trying to minimize Michael Jordan's competition, and we were talking about Alonzo Mourning. He was like, "Oh, so Vince Carter dunked on Alonzo Mourning. Does that make Vince Carter go too?" It's just like, you don't know basketball because you out here talking, and most LeBron fans don't. So shout out to my dog Julius. I know you watching. Julius gonna blow up in a minute.
Look, tell him to slide through, and we can make it happen, man.
You heard it, Julius.
He say some stuff like that. He gotta be questioned. I'm saying some stuff like that. You know what I mean? But look, y'all check it out, man. Look, this is the 494. Y'all come check us out. I'm Miles. I am Miles Austin on everything. And we here, bro. Every week. Come talk to us. You like basketball, come holler at us, man. This is what we're trying to do, man. Y'all be easy, be safe. And until next time, it is what it is.